but at some point, this individual may meet a trans woman. They'll never know it because the woman presents super like just as a woman, right? They use the woman's bathroom. They sound like a woman. They dress like, and at that point, if that guy now finds out that she's trans, I guess it's up to him if he's gonna say, oh, now that I know you're trans, I'm gonna call you a he now. I'm gonna call you Jonathan instead of like Josephine or whatever, right? But I'm bringing this up because it feels quite similar to the AI thing. It's like, well, with trans women, we can say all we want, but the performance, the living out of the belief or the state, that has to be. I currently want to say that ultimately, that's kind of what really matters when we look at society, because most people are never going to know anyway. Same with the artificial intelligence. It's like if you have
a modifier, isn't it?
Which part is a modifier?
Your modifier is the how it matters to society, innit? And then we're removing it from the individual. And I think the issue with taking the route that you're taking or that you've taken is that you'll just do the silly. I could just do the silly Matt Walsh thing. It's like, well, define a woman, and then if I use the word that you use, which was presenting, why did you use that word presenting if that's actually what they are? Because again, like one of my close friends, and I'm talking about, I've known this guy from when he was in the block with me, bunning spliff, looking like real ends. You get me?
Yeah.
To this guy is in a big fur coat down to his feet, like lashes, breast implants, bro. Like I've been there through the whole journey with him. I don't really care about what he does, innit? But the question that you're asking is about me changing my perception for what is actual, innit? Because if we're going to say a woman is actually a thing, and this person is now presenting as that, we're just identifying the fact that that's not actually what they are, but they're presenting themselves that way. And I feel like they should be able to do that. I don't have any problem, and I don't think people should be persecuted for that fact at all. And I would stop somebody from doing that if I was there to see it myself. But it isn't what it is, and
I agree.
Evident in how you presented it.
Yeah, I agree that me focusing,
I go down, I'm taking you with me, man.
like people focusing on the performance of it is one aspect of the conversation, right? And it doesn't necessarily address the other components of it. True. But I think the reason why a lot of people focus on the presentation is because, again, it comes down to, at the end of the day, like, clearly this is a very complex topic, right? And at the end of the day, what with the trans topic, what really matters is at some point, especially when we're talking about a trans woman that is presenting, like actually presenting as a woman in this world, at some point you just have to kind of you just kind of have to be like, well, I mean, whether it's an act or not, if I never knew this person was trans, I would just treat them like a woman anyway. And because that is the case, why does it matter?
What is treating someone like a woman?
Like just socially, I mean, we all, just the same way you might. Say again.
I was gonna say define that and then tell me why.
That's gonna come down to any individual. Like I might, like whether you let a woman go on the bus first. Like let's say you're both lining up, right? Like, and then you might, sure, some people might. If there's two guys at the bus stop, the bus pulls up, and then you do that kind of dance, like go through, bro, and then they go through, or they say no, you go through, and then there's that kind of standoff, right? Like some people will do that to a male, but then some people, if it's a woman, they'll just let the woman go first because there's just something, whether it's how they were raised or it's just like I think that everybody treats people differently, and everybody's treatment is going to be a different style. But my point is, I don't think I need to define.
And I would say that I'd say it would be helpful because yes, it is down to the individual. Some people are socialized to treat people differently. But let's talk about the West, for example. Because if we go to the East, sex is even more well defined.
Right.
So let's stick with how the state that we're in now, innit?
No, go for it. I'm saying that my point is that, like, I don't think I don't think exploring why or what the difference of treatment is important. The point is that we treat them differently. We treat people differently across genders, across size, across age. We do this, and that is the point. So with trans women, at the end of the day, at some point we have to kind of just focus on the performance, especially when, like, it gets more complex when we're talking about a trans woman that is not presenting like a woman, right? Like if you're talking about a male who has just decided yesterday night, oh, I think I'm trans, but in the world, in his presentation, of course, the person doesn't present any kind of feminine yet because the process hasn't even started, right? In those kinds of conversations, it gets a lot more trickier. But when in the world of feminine presenting trans woman, at some point you just have to treat them as a woman, especially when, if you never knew they were trans, you would treat them like a woman anyway. That's the only point I'm trying to make. And bringing it back to artificial intelligence, it's the same kind of conundrum that I find myself in, where ultimately, go on.
I was gonna say, but like, how is that a conundrum when one of them? So like, are you talking about gender expression? Biological gender.
No, the expression, because I think the biology is where we get into, like, when we live, we don't really treat people by their biology. We treat them by the expression of their biology in society. That's why the biology is good to know, just as a matter of fact. Like, okay, I guess I know that this person was born male, like, just for the notion of having information. But we're social creatures, and that is more important than knowing the biology. Unless the question is, we just want to know what is true. What were you born as? What was your name? Did you have a penis? Unless the conversation is
wrong. I think technically someone's wrong now. I didn't use it.
Right. Well, I'm not here to say if it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, if the conversation is, was this person born male? How much genetic male modifiers do they have versus, if that is the conversation and we just want a matter of fact know, then we can answer that question. But ultimately...
So wouldn't you argue that all of the people on the right wing that have the issue with the gender are not dealing with that specific argument? Where it's like, you're asking me to express something that I wouldn't say matches reality. That's the claim that I would observe being made by this. It's like, you're asking me to say this person is a way in which I don't even believe it's possible. And in legislation, you're tying it into this. Because the complaint isn't that these people are just saying it and it has no say. Like, so it doesn't matter. Like, we're not, there's no sports conversation, even if it happens one or two times. We have to just say, let's say, be generous and it happens one time. These conversations, that's the angle that these people are coming from. You're asking me to express a belief in reality that you hold that I do not, because it doesn't fit within my understanding of the fact.
I get all of that, but again, it comes down to, like, honestly, these are all dilemmas and situations that are worth exploring. But really, in reality, at some point, it's going to come down to, like, one day, a person who has this issue will meet a woman, and they will just interact with them as if they're a woman, and then they'll find out later that they're trans, and they'll be like, oh, before knowing that they were trans, I just treated them like a regular woman. You know, oh, hey Wolfie, good morning. You know, and so I think that is that I think is a bit more important, because again, let's think about this for a moment. Every person that has the feeling of, well, you know, what if I don't believe that a man can become a woman? What if I don't believe that? I don't believe this to be the case based on my understanding of science and philosophy and gender, right? That could be a person's belief, but that person who staunchly believes that, what now when that person meets a woman who without them knowing is trans, and then that person who believes in these things treats the woman like a woman, what now? That's the issue that I have. What now? And the final conclusion in my feeling is that the answer to the what now, for me, is, well, I'm just going to respect and treat them in the way that they are presenting, because that's all I can do. There's nothing. sure, I can ponder how much of a woman is she really. She's not really a woman. I can ponder all these things, but to what end? Like what? I mean, I guess I feel happy that I made some kind of scientific realization, but at the end of the day, that woman is going to leave my presence and still be treated like a woman by most of the people in her, you know, when she lives her life. So I just don't know how much the pursuit of really figuring out what it really is, do I believe they can become a woman or not? Well, at the end of the day, you're gonna meet a trans woman and you're gonna treat her like a woman because you won't know.
Yeah, but that's presenting a scenario where you think that trans woman, you learn about her life. Yeah, of course you don't know, innit? But now once you know, should that knowledge change how you act?
I don't think so. I mean,
At all.
I think that, I mean, everyone is like, I don't think so, because I don't think that's a nice thing to do. Like, especially when, like, let's say, I know it sounds soy, but especially when, let's say you meet the woman, you treat them like a woman, everything's fine, and then a week later you find out that they're trans, and then now that person starts to change their attitude. I think that's fucked up.
What if I wanted to get a wife and children, and that's not something you can provide, but I would want
okay.
it?
In that case, of course, yeah, but it's a very different scenario. Like, trust me, I'm not in the camp of, oh, if you don't want to date a trans woman, that means you're transphobic. You don't want to, no, that's not my perspective. I think that's brain for people who try to do that. You know, but in the case where you meet, let's say you go to a cafe and the woman who serves you is trans and you don't know, it's a great service person, great job, and then you hear rumors or somebody tells you, hey, you know that woman that works there, she's trans, and then now the next time the person goes there, they're now treating the woman differently. That's just I would just say that's just immoral, because why would the person now need to be treated differently because you found out some scientific truth, some scientific reality?
Why does it matter that it's immoral though? Is the bit that I don't know.
Well, you asked me why, but you asked me why is it? Because didn't you say?
I asked you, is it? I asked you whether it was or wasn't. Innit? I'm asking, and now I'm being more specific, innit? Because if, like, especially based on the specific scenario, innit? Why? Because you presented to me something that I thought was one way, but it isn't that way, and now it will be even immoral for me to act based on the new information that I have. So then I'm stuck with the different kind of.
Wait, why is the presentation immoral? That's doing some heavy lifting there. Why is the presentation of the woman being trans? Why is her living as
no. Not the presentation being immoral. The fact that the information being presented to me is not accurate. Because again, I wouldn't argue that. I would say, well, if I'm just meeting somebody on the street and I just touch them for 2 minutes and then I go about my life and I never see them again, great. But that's a no stakes argument, so it's whatever, innit? But if we're talking about a human connection where emotions are involved, knowing that, and then because when you invest in someone, like, because we are animals in some ways, like we have urges and we have the ability to create relationships that. Again, you can make the argument, well, what if I don't want to be in a relationship or have kids or whatever? Cool, and you're great in it. That might work for you. But a guy who wants to have kids and have a traditional wife, if it's being presented one way, why is it now immoral for me to react that way and separate myself from you? And
well, in the case of a dating partner where you would like them to be your wife, and then you find out the reality, and then you act. And then you show frustration or whatever. I'm not calling that immoral. That's a specific situation where everything's changed, right? But in the case of
being a prick to a trans person for the sake of the fact that you can, when it doesn't, it wouldn't change nothing if you didn't do that.
You mean in which example? The having children example?
I'm saying, so what you're saying is basically like it is an immoral thing to do, because if you didn't do that, you'd be in, like, it would just be the same position, innit? Because there's no need for you to now make this person feel worse about themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
You can argue from this fact-based position. Yeah, no, I agree, man.
And
I didn't hold this position before, bro. I really didn't, fam.
Yeah.
And I don't really, from my religious position, hold to that group in the same way, but I don't think they should be chastised for having their belief. Man's a sinner the same way. You get me? From my paradigm, innit? What you're doing is no different from what I'm doing. It's just easier to identify, innit?
Yeah. Yeah, but pretty much that's
Right.
what you just said there about like, yeah, there's no need to, like in the cafe example, you find the guy finds out she's trans, and then like, especially if it's a cafe that he frequents, like let's say it's a cafe that this guy frequents, he goes there every Thursday, and then like, and then he likes to be served by that lady, and then he finds out she's trans, and then ever since then now he's just shitting on her like, oh fuck this girl, I can't believe, you know, yeah, I just think that it's just, if I was friends with that guy.
That's some mad insecure shit, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's
I
up?
got sexually harassed. I got sexually assaulted by a trans person, though.
Really? Oh, you got to tell that
I've
story.
never
Wait,
felt-
hold on. Let me quickly greet. What's up, Jerry Peter? I didn't actually expect you would come through. We are just talking about random, very heavy topics. So if you're not interested in heavy topics, then maybe this was a bad time to enter the stream. But I appreciate you for coming by. Hello. Nice kill. We killed that annoying monster. So good job. C4 says, can you drag me in? Sure. Let me drag in C4.
Yeah, I'll be on for another 10 minutes. I'm shook now.
10 minutes.
I'm gonna run.
Oh, no. Escape. Fly, you fool. Fly. Man, hit him with the Gandalf.
I want to go back to those youth.
Hello.
Yo.
All right, C4's there. I think Fighters needs to pick up again. I don't know if he knows that the call always. I don't know why this call does that. I don't know why it drops the call and then it calls again when you add somebody. I don't know why it doesn't.
Yeah,
just,
nice. Keep everyone in the call and then add the person instead of like resetting the whole thing.
Yeah, it's weird. Your
Very
sound's so
stupid.
good. Oh, thank you. I'm guessing you mean my voice. I mean, you're about to hear more good-sounding British men. So if that's what you're into, then stick around. You know. Yeah, man.
That was a.
What did you want to add, C4? I don't know if you wanted to jump into the trans thing.
I don't know if Fires wants to tell the story first.
Oh, yeah.
Jump to the page.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna go in a minute. I'll tell the story. So this is
Okay.
the same trans person that I was talking about before, innit? So like I got on well with this person. Man's talked about girls. He knows things that man's clapped. Like it's the whole thing. He knows my mum, knows my sister. Like you get it. Like we were brethrens hard still. This is why I dead named him for time, because
Right.
that's who you are to me. Do you get me? But then I realize now if I see him, because a couple people got onto me for like this. Like whenever I would say the name, they were like, nah, this is the name. And I'm like, I'm not saying that. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Because one, it just felt like, no, I'm not doing that. But now, like, when I'm not around you as much, innit? Like, the stakes are lower. Anyway, so I used to live with one of my boys, Ramon. We lived in East. And I think we've gone out all night, just like getting to it in Cambridge Heath. And I lived in Bow, East London. So it's just down the road, sorry. So, like, it's no problem for this youth to come back to my house. This youth come to my house bare times. And again, this is a youth in my head, innit? So these times he thinks I'm Bay, innit? So man's gone back to the yard, yeah, and I'm thinking like, right, like we can just chill out. It's late, innit? It's daytime now, so we've been out all night, daytime. So man's sitting on the couch, yeah, and then like there's two couches, there's two sofas. You know when you got two seaters, but they're side by side because the telly was just like the way the room was positioned. The telly had to be in front of us, innit? And basically, there's two seats there. My head's two man, sit anywhere you want. But I would, if it was me and Charles, I'm sitting on the chair. That's not the chair that he's on, just because you can have your space in it. So, brother sat next to me. Cool. Technically, I'll blind you because the seat that you're in now is actually directly in front of the TV. Because the way the room was, it was like, imagine a rectangle, innit? And there's on one of the rectangles, the door opposite, the wall opposite you, there's a door. So now the room is kind of in third. So the TV is in the middle of the two thirds that are not the door. So technically, I'll blind you from a strategic perspective. There's less glare from here. You can see the TV better. We're 3 meters away. It's directly up the crane your neck. You might not get a thing. Cool, whatever. Chilling. Why does that start rubbing my inner thigh? Like leaning man's head on my shoulder, bro. I got up there because I'm thinking, nah, this is wild. And this is what the maddest thing is. This is what I would do to a thing if I was one. You get me? If I was trying to move to a girl and I got a thing in my yard and I know what time it is, this time he had to stop from. Like, if I know what time it is, we're gonna like I gotta access this one. Anyway, that's what he started to do. He's like proper rubbing my inner thigh, but not like near my knee. Like it's me and my things there. You get me?
Yeah.
So I'm just. So I'm.
Oh no! Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
It's funny.
But so I've gone in the kitchen. I've gone in the kitchen. Oh, headphones just died. So yeah, I've gone in the kitchen now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone in the kitchen, and I'm standing there over the sink. But I'm having that moment where it's like, imagine me standing in front of a sink, and you know I'm in the kitchen, but the only thing you can see is the sink, and the rest of everything around me is just pitch darkness. Like we're in my thoughts now. We're in that zone, and I've got my hands on the sink, and I'm thinking, raw, what the fuck just happened, that? And that this is man's bridging from time. Next thing I know, yeah, this guy's going, man's behind me, bro.
Oh no.
Listen, do you know what the fucked up thing about this is, yeah? When I told the girls, yeah, about this, because it's a friendship group, do you know what the girls
Don't
said
tell
to
me
me?
they laughed. Don't tell me they laughed.
They said, you should be lucky he only likes guys who are sexy. And I'm just like, you lot have gone
no.
mad. Because if this was the other way round, you know
Yeah.
somebody would be getting wrapped.
Yeah.
I would be finished if I did that to somebody.
Right.
And again, I don't talk
That's
to
a
that
one-way
person
joke.
anymore. I'm telling you, bro. Because again, if I'd have punched them up in the house, if I'd have punched them up in the house, I would have been well within my rights to do so. Because again, there's the angle of it where you could say, well, this is a trans person, this and that. Boss man, you're actually just, I'm not going to use this real name. I'm just going to say, you're just John to me, though, my guy. Like, no disrespect. And that's got nothing to do with how you present. That's not nothing to do with who you sleep with or what you feel about your sexuality. That's just who you are to me, innit? Because that's who I know you as. I don't care about none of that stuff. You think if I took into account who you are, I'd be a brethren? No. I don't think people would be my brethren if they took everything about me into account because we're all imperfect people, innit? But yeah, this guy stood behind me now like it was some like, oh my wabo, shinderi.
I hit him with the oh my mo.
Bro, and then I'm just like, ah, cool. I remember saying, I gotta go get a trim. And I've just left the house, bro. I've literally just said, cool, I'm going out for a bit, yeah. If you wanna go do your thing, yeah, cool. Man's cut. Like, left the house, bro, and I'm thinking that, raw, like, that was mad. And I didn't want to go back to my own house. When I gone back, this brother's still there.
How many hours later was he, like, did you return? And he was
I was
still
gone
there?
for like 4 hours at least, bro. I'm gone, because my,
Sweating, bro. That's sweating.
I lived in East, yeah, but I used to get my haircut in Kilburn, innit? So it's not close. Like, I'm having to go across London, and I'm trying to take my time. I'm chatting to my barber, like, just going for it, innit? He likes marble and stuff. So we're always getting into it. But I'm thinking, I'm shook to go back to my house. I'm calling him on, like, Raz, he's still there. Like, yeah, like, he's there. But it's like, this person doesn't think that they've done anything. They haven't noticed what they've done, innit? And again, like, you got to be mad careful. This is kind of like why I got to think a bit differently how I move with girls. Now I'm just a lot more explicit. I prefer you think I was a bit of a prick and a bastard than somebody who's out here sexually assaulting people because it's mad. Do you
How
get
did-
me? And I've...
Like, what? No, I want to know. You must have had a conversation at some point after,
No.
right? Like, you never to this day.
No. To this day, bro.
When did this happen? How long ago did this happen?
It's a while ago. A few years ago now, man. A few years
It's
ago now,
never
man.
been- Is that out of fear, or you just don't want to return to the fort? Like, you just don't want to return to
Well,
that?
it's not out of fear because I'm talking about it with you guys, isn't it? But it's just sort of like, things are hard enough for you as it is, it seems, isn't it? I don't want to add to your issues with the way that I would react to this, innit?
Right.
Because,
That's it.
like, my reaction is that someone has to get punched up. Do you get me? Because if you did that to my sister or whatever, like, someone's getting punched up. Do you get me? That's just what it is, innit? But as far as I'm, from my perspective, knowing this person, this isn't a sound-minded person who's a trans, and this is just like, no, this is a well-thought-through position that man's coming to. This is a trauma response. It would be part of my assessment. I'm not saying that's not who you are. You are whoever you say you are. I don't care, innit? But I know that I have to be delicate with how I manage what I do with this, because I care about this shoot, bro. I really do, fam. I really do, bro. Like, but it's just, what? Like, do I rage at you now? Because that's not really gonna... People have raged at you, which is why you're here. I get that. Bro, people... I fully get it, innit? So, yeah, no, it's never been addressed, bro. Like, because, like, what do I say, innit? Because you don't necessarily... Like, and again... Like, it's such a tricky world we live in, because these are people that are part of the fashion industry. They're big DJs. Like, they're part of a world that is sort of hypersexualized in the female sphere, innit? Like they even will over sexualize men, but without men's participation. Do you get me? We create the borders and we tell you what those borders are, and then you comply to that, innit? Because we're the divas, we're the queens, innit? Which I hear that, innit? If that's what works for you, like, I'm not trying to clap you lot, so it doesn't really matter. And if I am, it's yeet and delete, innit? But I think it's like when you're trying to have a conversation with that, that's why their response was, "Oh, you should be lucky." It's like I should have slapped you in the face for saying that. do you get me?
Yeah, that's super.
Like,
That's super dismissive for them to say that. Like, you should be
No,
lucky
it is.
when you're
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah, literally, that's actual toxic masculinity right there. I know some people don't like the phrase and believe it's a thing, but that is actually a very unique example of it. Because had you have not been a man, they would have taken it. They would have completely treated it differently. But because of your masculinity, because of your maleness, it changes things. It changes.
And also because I'm trying to fuck their brethrens as well.
Oh right.
But I mean, I'm not pretending to be anybody else. But I'm not into guys or trans people. Like, again, this isn't a debate about whether somebody can present to the point where man's that. Yeah, I would yeet. Like, get me? But if I knew, I wouldn't yeet. You get me? So that's the real reality of the conversation, isn't it? But yeah, I just think that was a mad, and the response to it was even madder.
Yeah, I think. I mean,
Can I,
go.
I was about to say, if I present my robot argument, it might change your view on the gender stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Potentially.
Yeah. Wait. But before you do that, can I just say, like, I obviously, fighters, you're obviously going to be free to, like, it sounds like you're fine with not ever addressing it, right? But I do think that there is a war, because you addressing it doesn't have to end up in you giving him the 17 hit combo, right? It could just be, it could be a thing where you don't know if he's done this kind of behavior to other men or whoever, like, basically not really being careful with consent, right? And it could be a thing where perhaps you letting him know, like, hey, you remember that time? Like, this is how I felt about that, and I actually think that was really out of order. Your words could be what he needs to hear, or what prevents another crazy messed up thing happening. And you know what? You know why I feel strongly about this is because he's lucky that you left the house. I don't know if you heard about, like, trans panic, or wait, no, not trans panic. There's a phrase or a word for, like, for trans people who have been in these situations and have been killed because of the surprise, or because of the, obviously killing them is, like, super extreme. But I think the point I'm making is that it might be worth telling him telling her, because you don't know how somebody else may have reacted. Like, if you were a different person, like, for your friend's own protection, it might be worth letting them know that this is out of order, and you definitely should, like, I hope you're not doing this kind of thing in the future or now, because it may end very differently, and not to mention it's actual, sexual assault, despite you being a male. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, of course it does. Of course, there's no difference. But yeah, C4, what was you gonna say? Because again, I don't know if I'm gonna address it, Charles, because I don't chat to this youth, and I don't have nothing nice to say.
Yeah.
Do you get me? My actions are, I'm gonna have to just be loving, bro. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'll work backwards to kind of bridge the two topics, but they're kind of different. So I think, obviously, I'm logic brain, so the whole transgender issue, I don't want to do like a Ben Shapiro. It's like, oh, we're just buying into the delusion of reality, blah 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 blah. We can say when they go to a doctor, they go with their birth gender. But have you heard of something called emergent properties?
Yeah. But explain it for the audience and for anyone else.
Yeah. So they normally talk about it when they talk about consciousness, because you can't say, some people that don't believe in something like a soul, they'll be asked, like, well, how do you explain consciousness in humans? And they'll say, well, it's an emergent property. It's aspects of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many other things put together that gives us the ability to be conscious. And I use that as a way to distinguish between a woman and a man. I don't think it's a binary unless you talk about gender, where that's more medical. When we're talking socially, it's about, well, if they've got A, B, C, D, and E, then we'll just say woman. They've got enough properties for the immersion of woman or man to be there. That's how I guess, tackle the topic.
Right.
So I don't have to say, oh, I'm just believing in their lie. I'm like, they tick enough boxes for me to say they're a woman or a man, whatever they want me to say they are. That way you don't have to kind of... What would be seen as what?
What would be some of those boxes for a woman, for example?
Could be... I guess it depends on the social task at hand. So if I'm in a club and I smell a certain perfume, I'm gonna automatically go male or female to the perfume, right? I think most people do that. Yeah. So that could be one box, even though it's so minute and easy to apply. That would be one. I would look at their face and say, oh no, not their face. I'll look at their neck. I can't see an Adam's apple. It's dark in the club. You know what? Fuck it. But it's close enough that I can't see it unless I go into like Inspector Gadget mode and pull out a magnifying glass. I can't see an Adam's apple. There's another tick in the woman box. Stuff like that. They wear makeup. Normally women wear makeup. All those sort of things.
Clothes as well. Like there's clearly clothes that are women. Yeah.
But if I'm dating, if someone asks me would I date a transgender, I'll say no, because the anatomy is the part that matters there. So it depends on the social thing that you're doing with the person, whether you acknowledge them being the gender they say they are, or the, sexual parts they have. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't have like a straight up tick list that I use to judge everyone. If they're using the toilet, then it's going to be different to if I'm like seeing them at the shop, like sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Because I guess the reason why I asked that, because in my head I was thinking, well, if you answer in a certain way, that answer will by definition exclude certain other things. But then you could also use the example that you could also say, well, not all women menstruate, so it's not a requirement of women, of you being a woman to menstruate, for example. So I do understand that it is quite complex, but I would also argue that the fact that even if you did choose that one of them that you would have to choose would be exclusionary of being a guy. But then we're talking about But it kind of just goes into like what Jordan Peterson would say, like this is about fashion, how you present yourself, innit? So yeah, it might do us both a good service for me to address you in the way that you present based on what we think. But the argument that really has the stakes, which is where we get the contention in society, is from you asking me the compelled speech argument. It is you asking me to say A when I don't agree with statement A, but you agree with it and you think I should agree with it, so A is now true. That's where the actual contention is.
I think like I said, I think if you use the social situation, so let's go back to the club, right? If there's a trans man and they're queuing, and I don't know if they actually do this anymore, but they'll say like, oh, women getting free, girls getting for free, right? In that circumstance, you'll be like, yeah, but you can look and you go, Banza, look, are you really gonna let them in for free? That isn't as bad as you going into a changing room at a gym. That's So one social circumstance, you can be a bit like, that's pizza, I've got to pay £15 and he doesn't. That's obviously what the person would say, right? But that's how I would judge it. I'm like, you know what, for £15, be wherever you want to be. It actually doesn't matter. It's cool, whatever. If it makes your life better, that's blessed. It's kind of like picking your battles. I know what you're saying. I 100% agree with you. When they're forcing you to address it or to say it when you don't feel it's necessary to acknowledge it, that's totally different. But then you fall into the whole attack helicopter meme, and it's so gross. Even logic by me is like, let's not do that. Let's not. I think start going overboard and start saying I'm a tank. Address me as tank. It's so stupid. It's petty.
Attack helicopter and that. I think it becomes a problem when we start unnecessarily like this doesn't matter. I think it's just like there's a few people that lack power, and when you have a person that wants power, that also is dealing with certain things like that, it makes it a lot more difficult. Whether like we shouldn't be having a discussion about this, like beyond like just united people, because you don't represent them for these significant things. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what
The bad actors. Fuck the bad actors.
yeah, the bad actors. Because it's like we can't, like, there's stories that people think to say that people are A or B person and bad. They're not making these things up there. There may be instances where they use bad examples or they do construction, but more often than not, a random person who now has to encounter this random thing and now it's just fun. And because it doesn't happen, as you goes right the everyday person that doesn't want to have to deal with what they see as a bad with their girl, it shouldn't even be that big of a deal. But those people are going, they're treating us as
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a way to acknowledge the issue, the problem with something like that, but not paint everyone who's transgender as a culprit of that crime. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, of course,
Yeah. But no one wants to do that. They want to, but everyone wants to attack with the strongest argument, which is painting everyone. It's the same with like crime and black people. It's the same thing. You don't go, well, most people don't go, ooh, black people commit crime, even if they are the highest statistically. No one says all of them do it. So you don't, yeah. We all know this. It's just people aren't ready to have that nuanced, the conversation because they're trying to get more people on their side. So they'll use the strongest argument.
And it doesn't help that it gets politicized too. Like the topic itself gets involved in politics. And that's a tricky thing as well. Or that makes it more sensitive or resonant.
But let me spit it to the robots really quick. Because I wanted to push back on why I was talking about he knows for a fact that robots don't have intelligence. And I would say I don't know. At what point can a robot have intelligence? Because if you're using the model of emergent properties, the ability to search the internet for information plus some other factors that the robot has might equal intelligence. But you can never know that if you're not in the mind of the robot. Or not the mind, in the process chip of the robot. But that chip could be doing intelligence. But you don't know because we don't know what emergent properties make that. The same way we can't say when you have this, and this, you have consciousness. That's why I push back. I'm not saying you're wrong about robots never having intelligence. The aspect of...
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, because I would say that the ability to Google food instantly is intelligence. Because that's what we do. We go in our brains to remember things, to answer a question. To me, that's no different than going on Google. So I don't know what properties make intelligence, but to say that it's acting, when it's like, it's acting the same way we do, just at probably a faster rate, I don't know if it would be fair to say it's acting quite yet, until we get more information.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with what you're saying for sure. Like, I think it's for me, it's like the word intelligence is just a bit like, for me, I would differentiate a human would construct a human would use his intelligence to construct the question, whereas the AI would use the input from the intelligence of the code writer to express to now ask the question. They're not asking the question from the same place. Is more so what I'm saying. But yeah, I can't know for sure. I concede that. I can't actually know. But my basis of saying I know it as a fact is just that we made these. We know your limitations, innit? Your permutations can only go X distance. They don't go outside of them. I don't think. Maybe I could be wrong though, because I guess they said that they create them in languages and stuff, and then that's why they start unplugging them. Again, is that a form of intelligence? maybe. Yeah, you're correct. I don't know.
I think you're correct. Just the wrong word. Not trying to be patronising. Because I had this conversation with Charlie about. I said to Charlie, "Do you think robots experience like fear?" And I think that's what you're talking about. You're talking about where does the process is more important than the outcome. So if me and a robot answer the question, we can go, well, we're both using intelligence, but how we got to the answer is different. I'm like scrambling through my brain trying to remember, or maybe like deduct from information I have, where the Google man can just, get the answer instantly, right? But that again is limited by what it's been told to look for. So we're getting the same output, but the process is different. So I think when you're talking about the intelligent part, I would say you're probably talking about like conscience or feelings, because we were saying I don't think a robot's not scared of dying the same way we are. It might be scared because it knows turning off means it's not awake anymore, but I don't think it will be like, oh, I'm not alive anymore, because it can be turned back on. It's not the same fear of being turned off as a human. And I think that's what you're kind of talking about when you're talking about, oh, the intelligence isn't the same. Well, I'm saying the intelligence is the same, it's the body it's in that's different. That was what I was trying to get across in chat. I don't know if you...
What was influenced what was influencing that, and on top of your assessment, I think also what was influencing that is that the fact that this came from a conversation about the word faith, essentially. So faith isn't a logic-based system.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's a logic-based system. I think that's where miracles come in. Those are supernatural instances that create these faith-based systems, which I don't think a robot could express. But again, I think you're also correct in your assessment, because I am looking at it from an emotional perspective, because my incentive as to why I'm asking a question is not the same as yours, and it's based on how I feel. Because why am I asking a question may, along with my intelligence, influence why and how I ask the question, which a computer may never think to answer, because it doesn't have, let's say, for example, the need to eat. So that's not likely to come into its equation when answering A or B question. But yeah, you're right. It is an emotions-based perspective, which is an element that I would say that robots can't have.
Robots don't have. Exactly. And to be fair, at the start, when I answered that question, I agreed with you until someone in chat said it. I don't think it was you or Charlie. So I think someone typed it and it said, hope is like a component of faith. And I could visualize a robot hope. Oh, did you say that? Yeah. So until you said that, I agreed with you. But when you said hope, I was like, well, I can't imagine a robot hoping they don't get turned off. And that has nothing to do with logic. They just hope that they don't get turned off. So if they can have hope, maybe they could have faith. I'm not too sure if that's a big leap, but the hope bit I can definitely get behind. But I'm with you with faith, because when it comes to calculating probabilities, they cannot not do that. They have to do that. And then once you start calculating probability, you're abandoning faith. Would you say that faith on the other side of it necessitates some form of personhood? Because again, we're appealing to the person who's able to turn off this machine. Do I have faith that you're not going to turn it off? That's why I would say
I think
that.
you're the first Taiwanese.
Maybe I'm undoing my own. I'm giving myself a new understanding now.
Chatter that's actually coming to my chat. So I'm responding to this a bit late. I just remember that I can mute my mic on the Discord and then
they can't have a faith in a thing. But now, if I'm the person who's able to turn you off,
thanks for the follow,
and I've expressed to you that I won't, now you can have hope or faith in the hope that I won't do that. So yeah, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I guess if I was a robot and Charlie made me, I would have faith that he doesn't turn me off, and that faith would be a product of because he's a human and he's irrational, he might do it. So you could only have faith that you don't get turned off. You could never go, this human who is irrational, I must use rationality to calculate if he will turn me off. That wouldn't make any sense, right?
Wait. So, and I'm gonna go after this. Let's relook at the word hope, because now to me hope is emotive. Whereas if I was to say, I have the knowledge, I have been informed I will not be turned off. That's how I think a computer would interpret that question. the hope isn't something that it can do, because the hope is emotional. Like, it is what you feel when you see Gandalf arrive with that brother from Rohan at the end of the Two Towers. It's that feeling. A robot can't have that. You get me? That's the incentive for the hope. Whereas, yeah, again, it would be the if and or else statement that the computer is interpreting that. Although it may present me that way. So again, I'm back at square one.
Well, we better let
That
you
makes
go
sense,
before you. I don't know what meeting you've got, but I hope we're not keeping you. We don't want you to.
No, it's not a meeting. I've just been sitting outside my brother's house for an hour.
Oh, okay. I should probably leave you to it then.
Yeah. You're gonna chat. I'm gonna be in the chat anyway.
Thanks for passing by.
It was good.
Nice chat, yeah.
No, man, I've learned a lot. Thank you.
Always awesome. Peace. Yeah, I've got to jump off as well in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any?
Yeah, I was thinking the perspective you was coming at, because I know you're saying like you don't agree. Do you still not know, or did me jumping on change anything?
To which specific question again? There's been a few different permeations of the question.
Yeah, to a robot's intelligent versus acting. Do you think? Because I kind of agree with Fighters in terms of acting on faith and having faith is different.
Yeah.
And you were saying you don't think there's a meaningful difference between the two.
No, I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you can. A person can make a decision based on faith, and a person can just have faith, and that is different. One is the verb, and one is the noun, right? Yeah. And but I think that it's for me it's a bit tricky, because especially when we talk about religion or Christianity, like there's a part in the Bible where it says faith without works is dead, and that part of the Bible is specifically targeting people who over-rely on their belief or their faith. Like, oh, I have faith in God. I have faith that God is going to do these things for me. But they don't work. They don't show their faith by their actions. They don't feed the poor. They don't do good deeds. They don't try to become a better person. So that's why it says faith without works is dead. So my feeling about that is that, or the reason why that's important is because, yes, you can separate the action of faith, like the act of having faith, and just having it. But I almost think that it's not. I almost think that just having faith without the action. I guess what I'm saying is that I kind of adhere to the Bible verse in this situation. I think you could say you have all the faith in the world, but if your actions don't reflect what you have inside, it's meaningless. And that's where I'm at with the robot thing. Like, if the robot has faith, the robot needs to be able to act on the faith for it to be meaningful. I guess it's just a matter of meaningfulness, right? I can concede that the robot can have faith, but maybe not do any action to show it. But to me, that faith is not really meaningful, because it's not showcasing or it's not dealing with the entire.
Do you think to be a Christian you have to have faith?
Yes.
And to have faith you have to work towards a specific tenet in the Bible?
Or something like that. It's more so like, if you have faith in something, like if you have faith, it's almost like if you have faith that God exists and that He's put His word into the Bible, and that you follow the Bible and you believe in heaven and all these things, but you cannot prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt that this God exists. But you have faith that God does, so then you're supposed to, the Christian is supposed to act and follow and do things that showcases that faith. So yeah, it wouldn't be possible to. I mean, it's possible, but it just wouldn't be meaningful. It wouldn't be sufficient. The faith alone, like it's like a marriage, it's like a relationship. Like for it to be meaningful, it has to be both.
No, it's satisfying. I was thinking, it sounds like you're, I don't know, so I'm going to present something that in my head I'm getting from what you're saying, but I don't think you'd believe this. So there might be something I'm missing. So So by the way you describe faith, you could program a robot to act like it has faith and do the things that prove that it has faith in God, right? So give to charity, all that good stuff, right? Then you could have like a cafeteria Christian who has faith in God but never goes to church. But you would say the robot is more religious, or I don't know if religious is the word, but is more Christian than the cafeteria Christian because the action of their faith does more of the lifting than saying you have faith, truly having faith that there's a God, but not acting from it.
Right, yeah, I think I would have to.
But I don't think you would say the robot is.
I think
the robot is more Christian. Would you say that? I'm surprised.
I think I would. Like, if I say no, I don't know upon what basis I'm now saying no. Like, if I've given it, if I constructed this and then you ask me this question based on how you reiterated my position, and then you ask me that question, I have to say yes. Like, if the question is does a robot is a robot more of a Christian if the robot has faith and acts on the faith versus the Christian who just has faith but doesn't act on it? I think currently I would have to say yes. Even though I know that the robot, when the robot is turned off or destroyed, there's no heaven for the robot. So maybe that complicates it. Maybe it's like, well, the robot actually can't be more of a Christian than any Christian because there's no salvation for the robot. Maybe that will probably come into it. But in terms of like magnitude or who is working towards a more complete form of Christianity, then I would have to say the robot.
Okay. It wasn't. I mean, it is a bullet they have to bite, but it wasn't intended like that. Because I thought there would be. I guess the salvation is the part, right? I guess if I was putting myself in your shoes, I would be like, well, the robot doesn't have a soul, so it can't think that the faith is going to amount to it.
But we're talking about
and acting upon the faith.
If we're talking about acting, like the robot has faith and acts like they have faith, then according to their action, that robot at the very least appears to be more of a Christian than the Christian who only has faith.
Yeah, I think it's the appear part. I think that's the difference. It appears that it does, but it knows that it won't because it doesn't have a soul. So it can't be saved by its faith in God. Right. So yeah, I guess for us humans, it would appear that the robot is more Christian, but I guess it goes back to your point where it ultimately doesn't matter that it's acting. Does it really? In that case, okay.
I feel quite strongly in the massive part, especially because a lot of this Christianity stuff is, we're talking about actions and things that relate to how humans are treated and the betterment and the society of the world, right? So that's why I'm like, well, their actions, like, the result is trying to create a better society. I'm currently like it matters insofar as knowing if they're acting or not, right? The same way we know, it's the same with the trans thing. Like, do we know whether they were born a man or not? Okay, like I guess if the question is, were they born a man? Yes. Okay, now we know that. That's fine. But when it comes to the behavior and how we behave with the information, it's completely different.
Right. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
That's cool. I can get on board with that.
All right. Wait. Say again. You got to pick up the young one.
Yeah. I've got to bounce.
Okay. All right, man. No problem. Thanks for passing through.
All
right. In a bit.
No problems, man. Have a good stream. Peace.
Yeah. See you. All right. Okay. Nice chat. Nice chat. Chitting and chatting. Sorry for the pissing and patting. Yeah. But hey, at least I wasn't, this wasn't a triggered conversation. This was a nice, friendly, let's just explore. Let's just explore the world. That's what that was. We were just exploring. I think And the time flew though. It's like 11 p.m. Yeah, everyone out. Hope everyone out there is having a nice time. Thanks for assisting with the kills, Zemo Shino. I didn't think that random question would invoke all of that. Yeah, neither did I. That was a powerful seed that was planted that grew into the world tree. That's what that grew into. The world tree, only talked about in legend. Yeah, it's an interesting thing to explore. But yeah, Fighters' story is very familiar. When I used to work at Apple, there was a guy that was going through the transition period as well. This was a long time ago, like 2012 or something like that. And I definitely related to Fighters when he was saying how he feels about this now is completely different. Like he would have just been he would have kept dead naming the guy or whatever. And I remember when I used to work at Apple, when the guy was like I remember he was a supervisor too. He was a supervisor, and he, I remember him telling everyone that, like, I think his name, I don't want to say his name, but let's just say his name was Michael, and then I remember him telling everyone that they need to call him Michaela now or something like that. And I remember there was one time he came to work just wearing lipstick, but he hadn't. I guess the process was for him to. I think with some trans people, the recommendation is that you do small things to help to try to like ease into what is going to come later, like small things such as, putting on like a dress or wearing lipstick, wearing makeup, doing small things here and there to actually make progress. But yeah, I remember when I used to work at Apple, and I was much younger at the time, and I was like, you want me to call you Michaela? I'm not calling you Michaela. Like, I had that perspective, and now it's completely 180 in terms of how I would handle this situation. It was interesting hearing the few on transgender topics for sure. Yeah. Oh, hey, Kid Speed. Sorry, I was trying to rush a video out. How long will you be streaming? Probably for like... Oh yeah, I remember you said you're gonna check out the stream together thing. I will be streaming for at least 2 more hours. So like an hour and a half, 2 hours, I believe. Are you gonna jump on like? I think to do the stream together test, you need to actually stream. But I don't want you to. I don't know if streaming today was part of your plan. I don't want you to like start stream just to do the thing, unless you don't mind doing that. Never thought you would be. I ain't calling you that person. Well, I mean, this is a long time ago. I mean, I think for most people that is, especially when you're younger and you're not familiar with, not really familiar with what it means to be trans, and you've never really met a person that's trans. Like in 2013, because I worked at Apple from 2012 to 2014, or 2013 to 2015. So I would have been 24, 25 when I was working. And yeah, back then it's like what people knew about being trans and the information out there, and how many people had actually been able. Yeah, I was totally like, I ain't calling you Michaela, you're Michael. But that's why, because I used to, I think so, we can always do it tomorrow. We can do it today, I don't mind doing it today, it's something to do. I don't mind. Or if you would rather not start streaming, because you want to keep, if you don't want people to come in and then you have to tell them, sorry, I'm only here for 15 minutes or something, then that's fine as well. But either way, I'm fine with today, fine with tomorrow. But I was going to say, that's why, because I used to think that way, because I used to be like, alright, I don't parade the way. I don't hardcore judge or shit on somebody who is older than me or who is still in that mindset, or who said the same thing that I would say back then. You know, I mean, it is a bit different because there's a bit more information out there to kind of figure out and have a bit of a perspective change. But if somebody tells me, oh, that person's trans, well, I'm just going to call them John. I'm not calling them Justina or whatever. I'm not going to look at that person. Oh my God, you're transphobic, bro. Transphobe much. Cancellation. Like, cancellation. I'm not going to be that guy, because it wasn't very long ago where I had the same mindset. So I need to make a thumbnail, and so we can just try to, okay, no problem. Let's do it tomorrow. So I'll jump on at like 6 p.m. my time, which I guess will be 7 p.m. your time, and then I think you said 7 or 8 p.m. Yeah, you'll come on. So I'll probably will have been streaming for like 1 or 2 hours before you jump on. Different times, different things. Yeah, 100%. Like, yeah, that's one thing that I wish people would remember too. What you said is so true. You know, one of my favorite ways to explore this, right? How different times have different norms is, do you remember the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire? And before he's actually Spider-Man, like when he's fighting in the wrestling cage, right, to make money, there's the joke that he says to the guy, like one guy, he's fighting one guy, and I guess like he doesn't really have a cool outfit. And then Spider-Man says, who made that for you? Your boyfriend? Like he's criticizing his outfit. So who made that? Your boyfriend? And that's the joke. It's literally a gay joke. Like, haha, you're gay. That was the joke. But like, if that came, like that would never, it would be impossible. That would be impossible for that to be, like that joke would never exist now. Right? Especially in like an MCU movie. I mean, I know probably Maguire Spider-Man is not MCU, but in any movie now, that wouldn't be. Like there can be jokes in regards to gay people or gayness, or you can have a joke and the topic could be around being gay, but the punchline would never be, haha, you're gay. Like that was the punchline. Who made that for you? Your boyfriend? Haha. And that would never be a thing now, right? So for me, that is a clear way to show that, yeah, different times truly do have different norms. Based joke. Not, I guess back then it was based. You know. Made that for you. Boyfriend? Lol, you gay. Gay. That's what the joke was. Gay. Spider-Man as well, you know. Making that joke. And when I think of it, like, sometimes, and that, thinking about that joke is also a good way to put yourselves into the shoes. Like imagine being gay during that time. Imagine watching that movie, that first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, as a gay person, and then you have to sit there and that's the joke. Like, LOL, gay. And you're just sitting there like, and during this time of history, that kind of joke is super normalized, and you just got to sit there and take it. You know, that's another, like I use that case to, it's a really good way to kind of like practice having sympathy almost, you know? Like just putting yourself into that person's shoes. Like, because I watched that Spider-Man movie, and that joke didn't affect me at all. Or it had no chance of affecting me, you know? Because I'm not gay, but then a person, if I was gay now, suddenly it's completely different. Like you're just harmlessly going to watch a movie. You like Spider-Man, you grew up watching Spider-Man, and then here you go, gay joke in your face, deal with it. Pretty shit. There ain't gonna be a new Rush Hour film for real. Them normal jokes back then. Yeah. Rush Hour was that was a time. That was a time indeed. Who made that for you? Your boyfriend? Lol. Gay. Yeah. Wait, Kidspeed, why do you stream on YouTube and Twitch? What is the thumbnail for? Because Twitch, you don't need a thumbnail. You don't need a thumbnail for Twitch. I'm guessing you do multi-stream to YouTube as well. Just curious, or is it a thumbnail being posted somewhere else? How do you feel about genre? How do you feel about a genre of jokes kind of being cancelled? Oh, you mean like the gay jokes? In the case of gay jokes or any joke like this, I think I don't have a problem if, like, let's say the movie industry, like, let's say there was a mandate where, like, where movies can't make jokes that are like, lol, you gay kinds of jokes, right? I'm a lot more, I'm okay with that because I think that it's better. I don't think it does anyone any good. Like, I think having jokes at the expense of somebody's existence, like if the joke is, haha, you're gay, your existence is funny to me, right? If that is the joke, that's just, there's only harm in that. There's no growth, there's no lesson, because a lot of humor will, you know, good humor will, or can, I should say will, good humor can like give light to situations, or like, again, you can still have gay jokes that where the punchline isn't lol you gay. So if there is a cancellation of lol you gay jokes, I'm fine with that. The same way I would be fine if there's a cancellation of haha you're black, or haha you're a woman, get in the kitchen kind of thing, right? If there was a mandate or a movement to not allow these kinds of jokes to be a thing, that's fine with me. But also, I don't think those are good jokes anyway. Like the best jokes are a bit more complex or a bit more well written than haha X thing, haha insert group of people. Is that in all media, like even in stand-up? In stand-up, I don't think it should be cancelled. I think that as a stand-up comedian, and maybe I could say this about movies too, but as a stand-up comedian, and perhaps in movies, maybe the real answer is that they should be able to make the jokes, but then the audience will speak for itself. Like if there's a stand-up comedian that makes a haha you gay joke, then the culture will speak for itself, and that comedian will probably get shitted on. Rightfully so, in my opinion. Not as many people are going to watch the show. He will be referred to as not a funny comedian, which is basically a death sentence, right? The comedian doesn't really want to be known as I'm not really funny. So perhaps the better take is that it shouldn't be cancelled. You should let people be free to make the jokes they want to make, but then so that the response to the shittiness of the joke can breathe, and then you don't get paid, you don't get hired, and then that is how you, and then through that the comedian is now encouraged, oh shit, maybe I should make better jokes, right? So maybe that's the better answer. Maybe it shouldn't be cancelled, it should just be, you should be free to say it. And that, I mean, I think that's how it works now, right? Like, people are free to say what they want to say for the most part, but that doesn't mean you're free from the consequences or the repercussions of what you say. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see if I will get DPS highlight this time. Oh, okay, I'm looking. I got my eyes on the prize. Eyes on the prize. What do you think of that though, C4? Like, I guess your perspective will be the second thing that I said. Like, not, you wouldn't be in favor of it being cancelled. You would prefer that they have the freedom to say it, but like the marketplace will adjust according to what people like and dislike. So the comedian with the shit jokes will likely just not be viewed much. You got it as a hidden highlight. Wait, how do you know it was hidden? I got shiny collector. I got the shiny collector. Oh yeah, shiny collector. Collector. I need to press for details. I didn't even know this was a menu. Oh my goodness. Collector. I had no idea. There's a button that highlights. Oh, I had zero idea. Gay jokes are still very popular in Poland. Yeah, I think gay jokes are still a thing. There's just usually a gay joke is not again it goes back to the punchline. Usually the punchline of a gay joke, unless it's different in Poland, unless comedians or people in Poland are like unless the joke is haha you're gay, like oh my goodness you're gay, that's disgusting. Like if that's it, then I would be surprised if that's happening in Poland. But if there's just jokes in relation to being to gay people, or how a gay person might behave, or gay people on a date, right? Like a comedian might have a story about two gay people on a date, and that story could have dozens of jokes, but none of the jokes are like hardcore. I'm making jokes to poke fun at them because they are gay. We even have a random coded line in our machine that shows X is gay when machine will get stuck in a certain way. Oh damn, yeah, that sounds pretty rough. Yeah, well I guess different countries have made different progress, or they don't see it the same way maybe. I'm not sure. I don't want people to be massively harmed by comedy, but gay is one of them jokes that is funny not because of gay people. It's the delivery of the joke that, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, it could be. Oh, it's tricky, but I do concede that, yeah, the delivery and the fact that you may know the person saying it is completely not, doesn't hate gay people or anything, and just the sonics of it, the audio, the sound effect of somebody saying gay could be funny, right? And laughing at that doesn't mean a person hates gay people. I can acknowledge that. But in the case of the Spider-Man joke, like in that example, that yeah, why are you gay? Yeah, like why are you gay? Like, but in the Spider-Man joke, it's the part that you're supposed to laugh at is because he said you have a boyfriend, right? Like that's the joke. And I think that kind of joke is more clearly is clearly more harmful to it's clearly more harmful because it normalizes that kind of feeling towards gay people. Wait, are you gay? Damn, this is a full room. Oh, I see you just standing there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just standing around. What is this? Just standing around. We look at this. AFK behavior. I see you. Look, Samo with his poking stick. Oh, he was typing. That also reminds me of that meme where a guy flexes to the camera, and you will have the text saying, "I'm beating my wife." So dumb. Fucking Giga Chat. Just no shame, no fear. I'm beating my wife. Yeah, that's one of those things that's just funny because it's just so ridiculous. Or like the awkwardness or the boldness of somebody posting that or saying that. Yeah, I don't know where the line is. I agree with you because I think Ugandan Knuckles is really shit racially, but quite funny, yeah. Yeah, I think the humor for the Ugandan Knuckles thing for me is just the funny, it's just the accent thing. It's just like, do you know the way? It's just funny because, I mean, I'm sure there's some people are laughing because, Africans so primitive, Africans sound stupid, do you know the way? And they're laughing at the Africanness of it. For me, it's funny because it's just random that they made Knuckles say that, and the way it's applied sometimes is just stupid. And as an African, a lot of African humor, like when I watch Nigerian movies or not, like some of the things that I laugh at the most is just Nigerian humor and jokes, the way they say things. There's a reason why on Instagram you get a lot of like. There's a lot of like British Nigerians or Nigerian Americans where they have Nigerian parents and they grow up in a Nigerian household, and they make like Instagram clips of it will be like the caption will be, "I told my mum that I lost my car keys," and then in the video they're doing a Nigerian accent of how their mum will speak to them when they lost their car keys, and it's hilarious. And so much of why it's hilarious is because of. It's not just the accent and the way it sounds, but it's mostly also because of the kinds of things that Nigerians say in that accent and how relatable it is, because we all grew up by these people that grew up in a Nigerian house. They can super duper relate to it. So I wouldn't say that it's like, but yeah, I'm sure there's some people that laugh at Ugandan Knuckles because lol, Ugandan accent so stupid. But that's not why I laugh at it. That sounds like the joke is just racist, but maybe not malicious. I wouldn't say the joke is racist. I think there's a racial component to it. Unless, when you say racist, if by racist you just mean there is a racial component to it, then I agree. But if somebody says the joke is racist, but it's funny, I would disagree. I would say that, well, I don't think the joke is racist. I think the joke clearly has a racial component. Like some degree of race is involved, but it's not racist as in like racist in the sense of we're laughing at it because Ugandan people are lower, you know. Fight him in the fire, in the flames, flames of the 14, flames of the flames of the flames of the 14. Impact pop, impact flame, fire, the flames of the 14. Spill of a shot. Spell of it. Oh, I needed the spell of Ashanti apparently. When impact palm loops were just chef's kiss. That's not good. The joke to me is laughing at an aspect of someone's race. Maybe I'm just oversensitive though. Like, you know, like the joke isn't funny if the accent isn't there, or the topic or the accent. Yeah, I agree. Like 1000% agree, and that's what I mean by racial component. I wouldn't call the racial component racist. because racist is supposed to mean, we are, or if we're saying that the joke is racist, in my opinion, if we say that Ugandan Knuckles is a racist joke, that should mean that the joke is making fun of the race of people and like at their expense. I'm so dead. And I don't think that's, I think somebody can engage in it in a racist way, but I don't think the joke itself is inherently racist. Alright, next to zone. Next to zone. Next to zone. Oh, I don't have cold drink. What are you, stupid? What are you? Alright, sleep incoming very soon. Sleepy, sleepity sleep. Don't wake him up, please. Thank you. Oh my god, that is not barrel bomb. Who's gonna do the honors? Not me. Oh. How do you miss? Not like this. Not like this. Oh my god. Rock steady mantle. Frames? Oh, we got lots of frames. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Damn, we almost got a full room. I should stretch my legs for just a few minutes. Give me 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. off. I'm so stupid. I said wife beating break and I laughed, and then I said some other things, but luckily my my mic was muted. Only joking. I was gonna say, yeah, just rejoin the lobby. Wait, let me check. Oh no, was there no more space? You still have the code, right? It's full. Oh no, man. Oh no, man. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 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 Unlucky, unluck. Unforge. Unforge. Oh, you made it back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. Bum ba da dum bum bum. Welcome back. Oh yeah, welcome back. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Wait, let me check something. How do I... Gajalaka, what are you doing? I will need to add I'm beating my wife. Giga Chad, auto shout out to something in Wilds. Bro, you might get yourself reported or something. That's definitely report. People will report you. I would be careful with that. You will be reported. I don't know how Capcom bans or if they ban for things like that, but you will be reported and you will be put on their radar. So be careful. Snake, be careful. Be careful when you do shoutouts. Some people in the Monster Hunter community may report you, and you'll find yourself in a sticky situation. Huh? Sticky, huh? Well, perhaps I like things a little bit sticky. I'm warning you, Snake. Some of these players will report you to the Cap Cops, and you will be put in the Cap Jail. In the Cap Jail, press A to strangle one of the inmates. When you've strangled them, use the right stick to shake information out of them. Huh? A stick, huh? sticky, huh? Fuck bowguns. Shit's trash. Whoa. Oh, speaking of sticky bowguns, we got a bowgun enjoyer in the room by the names of Wings Liberty. Wings Liberty sounds like a StarCraft enjoyer. Maybe that's a quote. Maybe that's a StarCraft reference. StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty, maybe. All right, get your crown on. Come on, next phase, please. Yep, we got sticky. Superman. Shoot him. Shoot him up. Shoot him up. Shoot him up. I said shoot him up. Alright, let's go. I said bat. You are not gonna get a warbang from this distance, buddy. Why did you even try? You just wanted to get rid of the rage. You'll see. I'm going to hide. Is that a giddy mantle? What are you doing? You must have the wrong mantle on. Did you see that? Somebody's using a ghillie mantle. Is there some kind of like hidden mechanic advantage of using a ghillie mantle in this quest? I don't believe so. Still haven't got the. Let's try to get the rock drop. Nope. Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. Unlucky. Unfortunate. Unluck. Shabba-dabby, shabba-doo-doo. What? Shut. Rude. Gadget like just punched me in the nose. Like, poof. Whoosh. Ooh. You're not happy about that. You're not happy about that. You're not happy about that. How about that? Clean his clock. I'll clean your clock. That sounds like something a fighting game character would say. Cheesy one-lines. Better watch out. I'll clean your clock. Here comes the belly clock. Wait. Let's go, me and you. What is Kulturafi? I don't know what animal he would be, or she would be. She's a she, right? Doesn't know what it is. Doesn't look like anything that I can pinpoint. Ooh, you get on your ass. You are down. Come. Down for the count. Pew! Yeah. It's my little John. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Oops, sorry for the mic bump. Can't keep my hands to myself, apparently. Use the ghillie mantle because when you use it, you can see you've been okay. I don't know why I assumed that sentence would begin seriously and end seriously. I should have known. Okay, I'll be careful. Next time I see the ghillie mantle, I'll know what's being attempted. Should have known. What a combo. You are not beating your wife? What are you? What are you, gay? Yeah, that's like the double combo of yeah, it's just that's a whole lot of oppressed groups being attacked in one joke. Man, I'm not managing this well at all, am I? Unbelievable. Alright, oh shit. Wait, let me quickly. I need to do some melding because I'm doing this so I can get myself a Kiar fire bow. That's why I'm doing this. So let's see if I have enough mets. It's a shame you can't see other players in your Celiana. And I know that it's not the gathering hub, so that's why, but I mean, I guess that's going to be changed in Wilds anyway, so. Oh, not this one. It's Awakening. Kiar Alchemy. Right, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers. You gotta cross your fingers. You have to cross your fingers and your toes. I'll keep the blast. Actually, no, we don't care about the blast. Augmentations. What do you think this is? Wait, hold on. Yeah, it felt nice in Rise that you could see people running around. Oh yeah, you could see that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's much better. Much more. Makes the game feel more alive. More alive. Garbo. Bless me. Papa bless. Bless. Bless up. Thank you, thank you. Not much good fortune today.
Who's this?
That's more arterial.
Somebody's mad because that describes them.
Come on.
That's why that's on there.
Come
Wait,
on.
what are the comments? Because that, like, okay, you can say this.
Come on, go on in, go on in. Come on, come on. Go on in, go on in. Go on in, go on in. Go on in. Go on in, go on in. Come on, good luck, please. Nope. No. I remember when the bow guns. There was a time when the kulve to rough Kia weapons before. I think it was before Iceborne. There was a time where like one of these bow guns was best in slot. It was the way you would get the broken spread shot or piercing shot. I can't remember which. I think it was spread. It was so rare though, so hard to get. And then once Iceborne came out, then it got invalidated. But it was very rare. Aqua shot. Oh yeah, I think Aqua shot. There's another one that the heavy bowgun had, I think. Wait, no, Aqua shot is Safi. Isn't that Safi? Or maybe you're talking, I can't remember, but yeah, one of them or two of them. Yeah, Aqua is Safi. Yeah, there's one from Taroth, like before Iceborne. Before Iceborne was out and people were grinding this out. Because there was a time when Kulve, not this Kulve Taroth quest, the Siege one. There was a time when the Siege one, that was the end game. That was what you would grind. And there was a bowgun. Can't remember what it was called. There was a bowgun that was if you had that, you could build like the best bowgun set for I think it was for spread, but it was very hard to get. Pre-Iceborne, you were not born. Yeah, you were not conceived yet. Bro, I'm just not gonna find this, am I? Just like no chance. No chance. Oh, I thought that was it, but that's not it. It's actually quite a low, man, it's actually very low chances to get this. Because there's different tiers of bows that can be. I'm looking for the bow with the crit. I'm looking for a fire with crit element, but I might get unlucky and get the fire with the hidden element, which is not what we want. And you can see this is why this was endgame, because it's so grindy, it's so RNG based that it just keeps people playing. It's like an easy way to keep people playing because they most likely won't get what they want, but there's always next time. I'll be lucky next time, right? Status, Pierce. Oh my goodness, not gonna get it. I already feel it. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Feel it in my bones. Oh. Anytime now, come on. If I get through all of these without any, I mean, at the very least, it'd be nice if you could dice roll for more than just 3 at a time. That would be very convenient. No, nobody cares about critical status. We want critical element. Element. Come on. Please. Ow. Not good right now. Not looking good. Give me a lucky roll. It's an insect glaive. I don't want insect glaive. That's what Zamoshino uses. That weapon is for the weak. For the weak and faint of heart. We don't use glaives. Insect glaive? Insect. Throwing insects at people. Why can't you throw like a thunderous beast? The thunderous beast glaive on insect glaive. Oh hey Momo, what's up? What's up? It's only for wifey. It's Giga Chad. Yep. I'll leave that weapon with you guys. Leave it to you. I'll leave it to y'all. How you doing, Momo? Don't mind me while I just gamble. I'm literally gambling right now. Gambling on Twitch. Don't let anybody tell you that gambling on Twitch has been banned, because clearly it has not been. Just been standing here rolling the dice, looking for what I need with no success. No success. Oh, I see a bow. Okay, I'm gonna click the D-pad to the right, and I'm telling you right now, this bow is gonna be exactly what I need. I can feel it. It's Chinese New Year. Well, Chinese New Year is over, but the good fortune is still in the clouds. It's still in the air. I can feel it. I can smell it. I can taste it. I can, what else can I do? I can touch it. It's gonna be what I'm looking for. All right, on 3. 3. Wait, let me count in Chinese because it's Chinese New Year. I'm gonna go from 1 to 3. E. Son. Okay, it's not what I was looking for. It's not the bow I was looking for, unfortunately. Next time. Need to vibe out as an interview went poorly, so I came to your stream. Oh no. Wait, what was the job? Do you think it went poorly, or you know for sure it went poorly? Like what made it go poorly? Momo clearly didn't say the line that would make him look like a Giga Chad. Well, Momo was not present for that, so he wouldn't know. Yeah, what happened, man? How did it? IT support? But like what happened during the interview that makes you feel like it went poorly? Were you asked a question that you weren't ready for, or you answered it badly? Or somebody said something like, so, can you give us an example of a time where you had to deliver you had to handle a very difficult situation? Tell us about one of your weaknesses. What is your weakness? And then you made the schoolboy error of saying, well, I actually have no weaknesses. Or maybe, if I had to choose one of my biggest weaknesses, it's that I sometimes work too hard, and it's very difficult for me to know when to go home and just relax because I'm such a great worker that I just work all the time. Was it one of those things? I hope not, because that is a critical error to make in any kind of interview. Anytime you are asked, tell us one of your weaknesses, do not use that as a moment to glaze yourself, because you will glaze yourself out of a job. Asked those exact questions and answered poorly. Oh no. Oh no, man. Wait, really? Wait, what was the specific question they asked? What was the specific question they asked? Oh no. Oh no. You know what that is? That's a oh no. That's a oh no.
Oh no.
That's a oh no. Oh no. What are your weaknesses? What did you say? How did you answer it? What exactly did you say? What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? How did you answer it? He said PCs. Your weaknesses are PCs. That would have been a horrible answer for that job. Rolled net 1. What's net 1? I said my weakness is my lack of knowledge, which I hope to improve by... Oh no. Oh, Zamo, please do it with me. You know what to do. You know what to do. Spend those channel points.
Oh no.
Spend those channel points. Come on, everyone. It's time. It's time. Channel points are not, it's not real money, it's digital money. Come on, be part of the program. Hit him with the oh no. This is what the oh no is for. It's only 15 pennies or 15 bendies. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, Momo hit the oh no. I respect it. See, Momo can make fun of himself. Momo hit the oh no on himself. I respect it. Oh no, I said my weakness is my lack of knowledge, which I hope to improve by working for the company. Ouch. Yeah, I mean, maybe that even wasn't a deal breaker for them. Perhaps there were some other things that happened, or things you said that you don't know that was the straw that broke the camel's back. But definitely answering that question of what are your weaknesses in that way is I'm sure you now know that is not the play. That is not the play. That is not the play. Oh no. Oh no. That's a OOF. That's a OOF. What does OOF spell? Oof. That's a oof. Big oof. Yeah, it's a red flag, yeah. It's not just a red flag though, it's like, well, it is, but for more, the reason why that kind of answer to an interview question may make a person not get the job is because of multiple reasons. One, it displays a lack of confidence. Two, it displays a sense of desperation, like, oh, I really need this job. Like, I don't have the confidence or the information now, but if I get this job, I promise you I can turn it around. And nobody wants to. It's hard to hire somebody that feels desperate, right? So that's one issue. On top of the fact that, like, there are so many creative ways to answer that question, or interesting ways to answer that question that highlights creativity or like an open mind or a clever thinker, that just saying I don't have the confidence or I don't have the knowledge now, but I can get it when it shuts the door on whether or not this person may be, you know, intellectually creative or open-minded, right? You know, and you could say that it's not fair for a person to reach those conclusions from that answer, but unfortunately that's what ends up happening a lot of the time, you know. And you got to remember, one of the most important things to remember about any job interview is that oftentimes the questions are not, like, the answers you give to the questions are not so important. So oftentimes it's how you answer it, or sorry, what I should say, it's the correctness of the answer is not what people are looking for. It's more about how you answer, right? I think some people make that mistake too, of like, okay, I'm gonna go into this interview, and when they ask me a question such as, what are your weaknesses? I need to answer this question clearly and honestly, because they asked me what is my weakness, so I need to tell them my weakness, right? But sometimes that's the wrong way to think of it. Sometimes you gotta, like, by telling them an actual weakness, you're answering the question, you're trying to answer the question correctly by giving them a correct weakness that you actually have. But a lot of the time that question is actually just to give you a platform to showcase other aspects of yourself, or to showcase how you think, your philosophy, your work ethic, your attitude, your confidence, right? So yeah, going forward, I'm sure you'll now know that, like, next time somebody asks you, you know, what is your greatest weakness, you can't, do not say my weakness is my lack of knowledge, which I hope to fix by landing this job. Yeah, but live and learn, right? This is what life is about, you know, living and learning. Live and learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Live and learn from the world. My red flags are big, but my boobs are bigger. Classic. I would probably ask them for a more specific way of asking that question. That would also, that would get you, that would make you lose out on the job faster than Momo's answer. But I guess that is the joke. Yeah, it was a learning experience. Yeah, you'll be fine. But you should. I don't know if you're still in touch with the company. Like always, some people don't care to do this, but I think it's good to do. If you know for a fact you didn't get the job, like if they sent you the email, saying, hey, thanks for coming in for the interview, sorry to let you know, but we've decided to go with somebody else. If they sent you an email like that, you should respond to it and thank them. First of all, thank them for the opportunity, and you wish them the best. But then kindly ask them, if I may, would I be able to receive some feedback on my interview, because I would like to take that information going forward. And most of the time they just won't respond because they don't have to. But if that person's feeling kind, then they'll tell you, and then that information will be priceless, you know. So if you haven't done that, I would recommend doing that. Or even if they didn't email you, once you know that you didn't get the job, send them an email asking them for feedback. And if they don't reply, they don't. If they do, then even better. Even better. Bro, I'm just not gonna get this weapon, am I? Nope. Kia water, crit element. That would have been nice if that was fire or ice or anything else. If I don't get it from all of these rolls, I might just not bother with this weapon. I might just not bother. It's not looking good, boys. Not looking good, boys. Not looking good. It's not looking good. It's looking very dire right now. It's looking very bad. It's looking very bad, man. It's looking bad, man. It's looking bad, man. Don't know if I would agree that it's the wrong answer. It does kind of show that I care about details and go deep if needed. But hey, if I had no idea what stupid answers they expect, I just always try to be honest, and works 90% of the time. That's the wrongness though, because it's the wrong answer in the sense that they're not looking for a right answer. They're not looking for an answer in the sense of let me be accurate to what the question is posing me. Just think of the question as an opportunity. It's like they ask you a question. Hey, what is your greatest weakness? Boom, question. Some people will hear the question as a question and their goal is to answer correctly or honestly, but really the question that they've thrown out, it's not so much a question, it's an opportunity. And the opportunity is to do these other things. There's like 5-6 other ways to approach this question. And that's what most employers are looking for. Most employers are the questions are just, because like rewind for a bit, the interview is to see if you have the skills for the job and the personality for the job, right? More often than not, they already know, depending on the job, especially for an IT job, your resume should already show that you have the skills. They probably already know that on paper you have the skills, but now we need to see if we want your character in our company. So that's why it's not so much about accuracy or honesty in terms of like answering the specifics of the question. It's more about these questions are to provide you a platform for us to see what kind of person you are. That's what it is most of the time. At least here in Poland, I feel like people would care more about vibe checking you. That's what I'm talking about. It's pretty much it's just a vibe check, but they're serving you the vibe check. They're doing a vibe check via using questions that are not vibe check questions. But you have to treat the questions, a lot of the questions, not all of them, you have to treat some of the questions like a vibe check. There is a lot of beer enjoyers that won't give a fuck about what they do in work. Yeah, most of it is just how does my question do not show my personality then? Which question? Which question you mean? No, we spent all of our stuff. You said that this question lets me show me more in depth or whatever way of thinking. But right, but which question? You mean the question of what is your biggest weakness? You say that this question lets me show me more in depth or whatever way of thinking. So my way of thinking is that I need more details to answer more correctly to what they want to hear. Yeah, but in oftentimes that's the wrong approach is what I'm saying. Because if you're too focused on answering correctly, that might not be that. A lot of the time, that's not what they care about. They don't care about a correct answer. They just care about an answer that gives them an idea of the kind of person that you are, so that they can know if you fit into the job. Like, you know how I know this is true a lot of the time is because when you're answering the question, they may just be looking at how you speak. They may just be listening to how you speak, how formal this person is, the kind of vocabulary they use, the attitude they have, the body language. They're just looking at how you speak. So the answer oftentimes doesn't matter. Like, outside of somebody saying something extreme, like, oh, my greatest weakness is that I masturbate too much and sometimes I'm late for work. In that case, of course, the answer is going to matter because for various reasons, right? I don't need to explain why. But trust me, a lot of the time, the question is providing you a platform for them just to see the kind of person that you are, or get a gauge of who is this individual in front of me, or what kind of feeling I get from this person. Well, then they can re-ask the question after that and point me there, and I get double the points. They can re-ask the question after that and point me there, and I get double the points. I don't get what you mean. I mean, it's possible that it's slightly different in Poland, but I would be surprised if it's radically different, because this is quite a global thing, right? Like, even if me and you had a company, like, I'm sure some companies would be a bit different, but if me and you had a company, our own companies, and we were interviewing people, right? Especially if any part of that job involves socializing, involves speaking to customers or dealing with other people face to face, right? If any part of that job involves that, when we're interviewing people for this role, we need to make sure that the people that we put in this role are capable of interacting and are good speakers and are easy to get along with, right? So a lot of the questions we ask is to just give them a chance to show that they are the kind of person that we want in our office or in our company. They can follow up with, okay, say your everyday weakness or something like that. But even that phrasing is they're still looking for, however they phrase it, they're still not really that focused on the answer. I might actually ask the guy who was asking me the meme question, what would he like to hear? I guess so. But yeah, I think my point is pretty clear. Oh man, I didn't get anything I wanted. This is not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Okay. 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 Wait, what? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, Mama, what you hunting today? He asks. I'm hunting nothing because I'm gonna end for now. I've been streaming for almost 6 hours, so I'm gonna call it. I've been rewatching Neon Genesis Evangelion, so I want to watch maybe 3 or 4 episodes before I sleep, and then I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be collaborating with Kitsby. It's Kitsby. It's Kitsby. So that could be fun. Well, that will be fun. I shouldn't say could. Will be fun. First time collabing with any streamer. So I'll be streaming like 6 p.m. Around 6 p.m. Same time that I normally come on. So no collab with C4. No way. C4 doesn't stream that much. So and he also does not play Monster Hunter. So that is the problem. That is the problem. So yes, I will be raiding this gentleman. Never raided him before, but may as well spread some love. I'll be back tomorrow. So hopefully you guys can jump in, meet some other peoples, and see how that goes. But yeah, thanks people. I will catch you all next time. Tomorrow. Next time tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. Hey, thank you for the fire resistance.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Earthbender Charlie, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Hi, raiders. How you guys doing? My name is Below Average Gamer Man, named as such because of performance anxiety mostly, but also so that I can never disappoint you because you're never expecting the greatest things from me. Just ended stream and checked the directory, so I thought I'd send some peoples over. I appreciate that. What were you playing? Did you have a good stream?